2021, who could have predicted inventory and stock in 2021 when you don't know what stores are going to be open and what the world's going to do? What do you say to people who say there's actually no point doing too much planning in today's world?
In a funny way, Nathan, I think I've been having that debate with people way before we entered this crisis. I think that there's always been a little bit of you can't know anyway, and you can't. But I think what it does is it takes you almost through that brainstorming process. It takes you almost through that scenario planning to go, well, what are the things that could happen? And I think what happens with that as well is you anticipate what could go well and not so well. And it just leads you into that creative thinking around what could we do about that. And even that alone could lead you into some more creative idea of something that wasn't even on the table before, but you can dream something up and it could be awesome. So I think the process is just a good process. I think it's a good dynamic. I think it unifies cross-functionally across the business. I think it forces you to think a bit more macro, understand how all of those different parts of the business are impacting each other. It forces you out of those silos. You can't just make plans on your own because those relationships are really heightened right now. But yeah, I think there's still a lot of value in planning ahead. I think you just have to be even more okay with the fact that they're plans. They're not facts.
Yeah.
They just, scenarios, they're ideas.
And to your point around the process, it's just as important to have all those assumptions laid out really clearly so everyone can see, so that you can pick up any deviations away from the assumptions early on and get those signals so that you can make those decisions.
That's exactly right. That's such a fundamental part of it, is that if you haven't planned what you're trying to do, how do you monitor how you're going? How do you know if you're on track? How do you know if you want to do more or less? So if you've got a plan and you can measure against it, it doesn't mean, that everybody is then in trouble afterwards, or you're all sort of head down and feeling miserable that you didn't hit the number. It's part of the feedback loop. And I think that's a fundamental part of it. Yeah.